How's it going, everybody? This is TheRedHeadGamer, and I would like to say it is good to be back. Welcome to my... Oh man, I forgot what part this is actually. What is this? Oh, it's the 5th part of my Kaiserreich playthrough. Yeah, I had to actually look that up. It's been a while. So, I'd like to apologize for the absence, first of all. I had a little bit of a problem with my computer. Like, a few of the cords were just screwed up, and yeah, I had to find out which ones, and then I had to go get new ones. And I also got 2 jobs, and my life has been insanely busy. I work concession stands at a movie theater, and I also work at a gas station. The late night shift, so oh boy, you know that's very fun. Yeah, my neighborhood ain't the best either, so I get a bunch of fun and shady individuals at night, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's get on to the game here. So I kind of skipped ahead a bit because I really didn't do much. I mean, that's a problem with me in Darkest Hour, it seems. Like, I'll just build an empire, and then I'll just sit around and watch the world go by, which is a pretty stupid thing to do, because, you know how it works. Anyway, I discovered for some reason I couldn't do amphibious assault, so I was like trying to find out why I couldn't. And my plan right now is to invade Libya and basically make it part of the Portuguese Empire. We need more colonies in Africa, being Portugal and all, of course, and we need to, you know, commit a ton of imperialism because obviously we're far right wing and we gotta do that horrible thing so the commies/socialists have something to complain about in our nation, even though most of them are dead and probably oppressed due to our horrible dictatorship. I mean, our great benevolent rule, but you know how it goes. Come on now, people. Anyway, it seems like we're doing pretty good here. We got our Marines landing on the shore, and it seems that they're pushing the Libyan Defense Force back. And everything should be going fine. Our new technology has been developed, so that is going great. And we just had a victory, so you know this is going good. Anyway, yeah, life has been crazy, people. Yeah, that's about it, really. I mean, not much to talk about. I guess I could talk about some of my work experiences if you guys want. But, most of them aren't really too appropriate, and the language I use probably ain't that great either. I mean, I've been running into a lot of people who are under the influence of illegal substances, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of people who do meth where I live, so, you know, we have a lot of people who are on meth coming into the gas station late at night, and they're very unsavory people. Some of them are cool, but, you know, you can just tell who does drugs and who doesn't. You know, it's not really rocket science. And, the people who can't tell, I mean, you can kind of tell they're pretty innocent, and it's kind of sad that they can't tell when somebody's on drugs. Like, we have these 2 girls who come in every night, and I want to say they're like 30 or 40 years old, and yeah, they're pretty hardcore into meth or whatever drug they're into. They have these tics that the drugs gave them that they do, and it's kind of creepy actually. The first lady, she has this weird swaying tic, like she has to move at all times, like she's high on energy or something, and she moves around a lot. I mean, when I first saw her and she went back to use the ATM, I thought she was trying to break the ATM or something, or she was dancing, because she kept moving so weird. It was creepy. And then yeah, she came up to me, bought a 6-pack of beer, a few lottery tickets, and some of those cheap 75-cent cinnamon rolls, you know? Anyway, she buys them, goes outside, and then comes back 5 minutes later and basically tries to say that I didn't give her her lottery tickets. And I know I gave her her lottery tickets. So my friend goes outside and looks, and of course with her friend there is her six-pack, and on top of it is her lottery tickets. And then my friend comes in and says, hey, you know, your lottery tickets are out there. And basically, I couldn't tell if she was trying to scam me or if she was so far gone that like she had no idea what was going on, because the way she talked, like, it was slurred and everything, and it was pretty creepy. Then she comes in like 20 minutes later again to use the bathroom, and she uses it, and then she leaves. But before she leaves, she tells me she missed the toilet. So I'm like, oh god, this is not gonna be good. So I go in the back, I get a bucket of water and a mop, and I go into the bathroom, and of course there's a trail of urine from the door of the bathroom to the toilet. And the toilet's clogged. I found that out later, actually, because it turns out she had to flush one of her womanly items down it, if you know what I mean. It was very, very unpleasant. I had to unclog it and everything, and it's like, wow, you know, like, how can somebody be so far gone? And then there's this other lady, I think she's on acid. I can't tell which drug she would be on, but you know, you can tell she's on something. She comes in every day, and she has this weird motor tic too, where she licks her mouth. Like, it's like every 5 seconds, like, she licks her mouth, and it's not one of those just I lick my lips type things. It's like, you know, she licks the entire outside of her mouth. She does like a complete 360 with it. And yeah, she's not as bad though. She actually is pretty nice, but she comes in and she buys a pop every day. That's about all she does. Yeah, people, man, a lot of interesting people at a gas station. Yeah, I'm thinking about quitting that job soon, actually. I don't really enjoy it. The hours are insane. I have to work, you know, midnight to 8 a.m. in the morning, and I already have another job, so I really don't see the reason for the other job. I mean, it's nice for college and all, but I found out at the movie theater, like, they're so short on people, I can easily get a bunch of extra hours in by taking those extra hours, so I'm pretty much making a lot more money just by, you know, working at the movie theater. I also get better privileges and everything, so, you know, might as well just take the job at the movie theater, I guess, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, other than that, life's been pretty good. Oh yeah, and a few more experiences, I guess, at the movie theater job. So, okay, our movie theater prices are pretty ridiculous. I think most movie theaters are like this, but then again, this is the only movie theater I've been to in a while because it's really the closest one to me. And there's like not another one for like a few good 50 miles, I think. So anyway, at the movie theater I work at, a large drink is $6, a medium drink is $5.50, and a small is $4.75. Our popcorn sizes, it's $8.50 for a large, $7.75 for a medium, and I think, oh yeah, it's $6.25 for a small. Anyway, we also have a few combos. A number 1 is 2 medium drinks with a large popcorn, and for $1 more you can make those mediums and the larges. The number 2 is a large drink, large popcorn. The number 3 is a nacho and a large drink. Anyway, so this guy comes in and he orders a large popcorn and a large drink. And I, you know, to save him 25 cents, I usually do the number 2 combo, because a lot of people don't understand that what the combos are, because it doesn't tell you what the combos are. You know, they do that on purpose so that you ask us, and then we tell you, and we basically tell you the deals. And you know, most people usually go with what the workers say, because you know, it's an easy way to make sales and all. So anyway, I'm really sucking pretty badly here in the game right now. I really misjudged the Libyan military might, and I also cut off supplies, and that was a really bad idea on my part. But anyway, so anyway, I do the 14.25 large drink, large combo to save this guy 25 cents. And he looks at me and goes, "Wait a second, the number 2 combo's more than just buying them separately. Nice try." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And, you know, he's like, "I'll just take a large drink and a large popcorn." So I'm like, "Okay, you don't want to do the combo, whatever." So, you know, I do large drink, large popcorn. And it's 25 more cents, and he gets mad, and he's like, "Wait a second, it says up there that popcorn is, you know, $6.90 or something like that." And I look up, and he's looking at the gourmet popcorn, which is basically our caramel, our cheese, our cherry. You know, those other kinds of popcorn that are not regular, you know, like the special kinds or whatever. And I look and I'm like, "Oh, sir, that's the gourmet popcorn," you know. So I bring him and his wife over to the gourmet popcorn, because we have like 3 containers of it out in the front that shows you what you can get. And I basically explained to this guy that, you know, those prices, the ones he saw, are for the gourmet popcorns. So, you know, I'm like, "Okay." And he goes, "Oh, okay." So I'm like, "Oh, he understands." So we go back to the register. I do the 14.25 again, and he's like, "Wait a second, you're overcharging me again." I'm like, "No, sir, I'm not. That's, you know, that's the number 2 combo. That's a large popcorn and a large drink." And I say that the sizes he saw for the gourmet popcorn, and I was wondering if he wanted a gourmet popcorn. So I'm like, "Sir, do you want a gourmet popcorn?" He's like, "No, I don't." And I'm like, "Okay. Do you want a regular popcorn?" And he's like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Okay, well, the 14.25 would be the best deal." And the guy pretty much looks at me, tells me to screw off in a nicer, I made that a lot nicer than what he actually said. And then he walks off, and he basically tells his wife that I'm a scam artist. That was beautiful, you know, like, I don't have control over the prices, you know. I'm not a freaking, you know, manager. I'm not even a manager. The managers don't even have control over the prices. What am I talking about, you know? It's like, the managers don't have any power over the pricing. It's corporate, really. So, like, you know, corporate makes the prices, and then, like, they take it all out on us because, you know, obviously the 19-year-old concession stand worker is trying to scam you. You know, he raised the prices to 14.25 so he could make lots of money and then go blow it all on video games and computer parts and, you know, have tea, have lemonade, and great gas station food, because obviously he has nothing better to do with his life, you know? Like, come on, people. That just drives me nuts when people think stuff like that, you know? Like, you know, for stuff like prices, you shouldn't take it out on the workers or the managers. I mean, they don't have any control over that. You really think that the managers or the workers just sit in the back room all day, you know, twiddle their hands together, and they're all like, "Today I'm going to scam a bunch of old people and young kiddies out of their money, and then we're going to go spend it on movies and popcorn." Ah, ha, ha, ha. I mean, like, come on, man. You know? People nowadays, bro, it's kind of scary. But yeah, as you can see here, I failed hardcore in invading Libya, and I just got tired of it, so I was like, you know what, while I'm still ahead, I'm just gonna grab some land from them. So I made them sign a little peace treaty, and I pretty much got a few provinces of theirs, and I must say I am quite happy with myself, even though it is not much. So I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I'm not gonna invade Libya until the treaty runs out, so people don't hate my guts for being such an oppressive a-hole. And it looks like Italy became the Kingdom of Italy, and the Socialist Republic is just minding its own business, going on with its daily routine, wondering what it should do. And in all honesty, I don't know what it should do. And yeah, I really have no idea what I'm gonna do here. southern part of Africa is still pretty much communist. I don't think South Africa has fallen to its evil syndicate influence yet, but hopefully they won't. India, yeah, they're communist, except for that one little gray part at the bottom. Oh, excuse me. And, yeah. The world is pretty much turning communist, and Turkmenistan is just minding its own business, being an empire. Nobody cares that it's a huge blob, it just exists. Yeah, I'm just looking to see if I left any troops here in Libya that I can't see. That's about it. I have a few provinces in Libya. It wasn't a total loss. Okay, maybe it was, but I'm not gonna make it seem that way, because obviously if I did, that would mean I'm horrible at planning things sometimes, and in this case, I was not horrible at planning things. I mean, look, I have Iceland. Everybody cares about Iceland. Do they? I believe they do. Okay. I'm still looking for targets to invade here. Oh yeah, I have that one province in Africa that nobody really cares about and is surrounded by commies. I'm waiting for them to try to, like, liberate them or something. Commies need to do something interesting. They can't just sit around all day and mind their own business. That'd just be stupid. National France is just being National France, and Canada won't let me join the Entente. I see how it is. You guys are useless anyway. What are you gonna do? You ain't gonna reclaim Britain. I've never seen Canada reclaim Britain. They just sit around all day and, you know, they're just like, yeah, we're not gonna do anything. They rarely do anything unless, you know, Germany falls, and once Germany falls, the Entente decides to kick it into gear, because socialism is everywhere, and if they don't do anything, them evil left-wing commies are gonna take over the world and, you know, install vanguard parties and, you know, all that other fun stuff that commies do. Trade agreement cancelled? Okay, I see how it is, bro. Be that way. You will never understand my suffering and pain anyway. That's because I'm a huge empire and you're not. Portugal rose from the ashes and is now an empire. What can you say about your country? Absolutely nothing. You're about to get bulldozed too. I can see it now. It's gonna be so beautiful when your country collapses and I'm still here. Now I just have to wait for Germany to invade France if they ever decide to do it. It'd be nice if they did right now. That way, you know, once France is weakened, I could grab some of their land and increase Portugal's size, but you can't really rush to these sort of things, you know what I mean? You kind of just have to let them run their course. It's kind of like a river, you know? You kind of just gotta let the river go its own way without throwing sandbags in it, because if you do, you'll cause the river to, like, stop, and then the sand will absorb the water, and then eventually the river will be like, what the heck? And a dam will break somehow, and a whole flooding, or like a whole wall of water will come down, destroy the sandbags, push the sandbags in the way, and basically destroy what is ever on the other side of the river. It's all quite scientific, if you think about it. Not really. I mean, there's obviously no variables or anything that could possibly cause the dam to break, or anything like that in there, but you know, I have no idea anymore. So let's just deploy some of these marine units I recruited. It's always good to have a marine force, ain't it? I think so. A lot of people would really disagree with me on that opinion, but I think they're just crazy, and they just don't understand. So, I made this tea. It's some wild berry tea. And I gotta say, it's actually alright. I mean, it wasn't like the best tea I've ever had, but it was pretty good. It was better than this other tea I made earlier. I made this raspberry tea, and it tasted like cough syrup. I mean, it wasn't very good. I mean, it was the sort of tea you drank and you were like, oh my god, what is this? And you like spit it out. I mean, it was really bad. Like, I felt like I was drinking medicine. That's how it was. Yeah, I've been experimenting with all these different kinds of tea. I mean, the store near me has been like having these huge discounts on them, so I've been getting like a huge number of like cheap teas and stuff, just testing them out, trying to find the one I like best. I really like black tea. Black tea is amazing. Oh yeah, one thing we could talk about, the Steam Summer Sale. Oh man. The one time when I go broke because I blow all my money on video games. I got a few games actually. I got Sengoku, I got Europa Universalis 3, I got Endless Space. I've been enjoying that one, definitely. And what else did I get? Oh man, you know what? Oh yeah, I got Stronghold 3. A lot of people say they didn't like it as much as the other ones, but I like Stronghold. Stronghold was actually the game that got me into strategy games. I remember, first strategy game I ever played was Stronghold 1, and I remember playing the campaign. I really enjoyed it. It was pretty much what got me into the RTS genre. So, yeah. I don't know if I'll do the military campaign or the economic campaign. I might do the economic campaign, because the one thing I really like about Stronghold is the castle building aspect behind it, and all the peasants and stuff. So, I might do one of those. But then again, I might not. I'm thinking about learning how to play Europa Universalis. I mean, it's a little bit different than the other Paradox games, so I kind of have to get used to it. But once I do, you can definitely expect a Let's Play of that. I don't have Heir to the Throne or anything like that. I have In Nomine. That's like as far updated as it is. I really need to get those expansions, I guess. But I'm trying my best not to blow all my money. You know, I'm broke. So yeah. That's really all I had to say. Now I'll just move these troops into the ship, and I'm gonna go find something to do. I know this is pretty awkward, but I'm actually starting to get hungry. I feel like tacos today. Or something. I don't know. I'll scrounge up whatever money I have lying around and go see if I can go get something. I just checked my fridge actually. I really had nothing in there. I had a bit of tea, some water, and half a gallon of chocolate milk. That's really all I have. Oh man. Oh well. I'll just put some troops here in Libya anyway though to secure it, just in case anybody tries to take my precious territorial gains. Nobody will take my territorial gains from me. They're mine. Simple as that, good people. Simple as that. National France has done nothing this game, as they have always done. They really should do something one of these games. I mean, they take up a spot on the map, but they do absolutely nothing. They're like, we're part of the Entente, fear us! And then they sit there the entire game, never changing their borders. It's kind of weird. Nah, that treaty's still up with Libya. Hasn't been that long, so I don't know why I even checked that. Oh well. Let's see here. Oh no, my Can't make it to Yemen, I suppose. Oh well. I'll find something to do here. Oh, I know. I'll invade Albania. Nobody cares about Albania. Well, hello there, everybody. I'm just gonna invade Albania. Don't mind me. What? Okay, there we go. Amphibious assault, and let's begin this. Just want to make sure everybody's doing it. Let's see what we got here. Oh, looks like we're losing. I know I have a few more troops. Here we go. There's one. There's another one. Yep. Gonna annex Albania. Get us a little foothold in the Balkans, and then we'll just take over some of these other nations that really can't fight back, adding them to Portugal. It's really quite glorious. What in the world's going on here? Oh, never mind. Thought I was getting bombed or something. I'm like, what the heck? What are those planes doing? Oh, defeat. Oh, well, this is embarrassing. I'll see you guys in the next part. Bye.